We have something called a platform. What is a platform? A platform is a certain kind of, well, business, but it doesn't have to be business, but it's a certain kind of business that facilitates something, that doesn't necessarily make things, but it allows so that different participants meet somehow on the platform and exchange something. A great example of a platform is any social media. Social media is not a publisher, right? Facebook is not a publisher. YouTube doesn't create videos, but they actually have create a platform where creators can go in, load videos, then users can go in and look at videos, and there are other parties. Can you think of what other parties on the platforms are? There's at least a third party, both on YouTube and Facebook. Creators, if you write a post on Facebook, you're actually a volunteer author for Facebook, so you're helping, Facebook make a few dollars. The question is, what's a third party? That's advertisers, right? So the platform brings in at least three parties: users, content creators, advertisers. But there are other kind of platforms. They've been known since very ancient times. Middle Eastern bazaars, right? Bazaar is a marketplace. Right? Any marketplace you go to, it is a platform. As long as it doesn't sell the stuff itself. Supermarket is not a platform. Supermarket typically sells out of their own inventory, but a platform is where you meet and transact, right? So like a market, like a flea market or something is a platform. But in the technological age, we have something very, very unique going on. There are many good things about it, but there are many more bad things about it, in my opinion, okay? Platforms all of a sudden now can operate at marginally at cost that's approaching zero. So in other words, they have very little cost to, strictly speaking, operate, because technology is such that in everything, and they're very, very scalable. They can scale from being small to being very large. Like if you have a flea market, it cannot scale that much, right? You can't just keep expanding your flea, no matter how successful it is. You're not gonna take up the whole town, because there's logistical problems. You have to travel to it and so on. And there's probably other problems too that I'm not thinking of. With technology, there's no such problems. Platforms can be created very easily, right? Almost everything is a platform now. The problem with platforms is in this chart, right? I wanna really focus on this chart. That's the first aspect of where blockchain will help us. This is related to a blockchain. Platforms start like this. This very, very, very precise chart. They start by attracting people, and then they extract value from people. That is their life cycle. It is always like that. It can be prevented only by competition. When platforms can expand and kill competition, as we know right now, we have some platforms that don't have any competition because they can buy any competitor on the rise. What the platforms do to actually people who participate on them, they cooperate at first. They're very cooperative. Go back to Facebook of 5 years ago. Oh, it's immense amount of value. You post stuff, you get response. Every subscriber sees your posts. What happens now? I think like 5% of your subscribers actually see your posts. Why? You have to pay to actually access your own subscribers. So you help the platform grow, but you know what? Now you still have to pay. So why? Well, because that's the cycle of the platform. This is not personal. I'm not personally attacking anybody who runs these platforms. This is the nature of any platform. The platforms get more centralized, they get bigger. If there's no external impediment to the growth of the platform, it will literally eat the world. Did anybody hear the expression software eats the world? Right? That means that software is taking over many, many different disparate industries, but that's not a right expression. It's not software that's eating the world. It's the platforms that are eating the world. Why? Because it's their nature. This is how platforms, this is just the way it works. So